Welcome back to the campfire. Today, we're going to be doing more Starcom, Space Unknown. I did some mining and resource gathering outside of the video just to try and speed things up just a little bit. We ended up getting a marker for another mission for the Codex Serpent Gateway. It's one thing that we're going to do, but we're also going to head first to pick this up. Let's go here first. And we'll just head ourselves straight over to that marker for the Brugadar. And we also unlocked... Oh, I unlocked a new weapon, didn't I? Oh well. Oh, something to grab here. Derelict vessel. The vessel is unremarkable. Probably a long-distance cargo hauler. Several critical modules have been forcibly removed, possibly as the result of damage. The cramped passages and rooms suggest its operatives were considerably smaller than ourselves. The tight spaces forces the team to move slowly in single file during the investigation. As Ensign Cygnus Lee approaches the engineering section, a previously unnoticed hatch slams shut, cutting them off from the rest of the team. A radio signal breaks into the team's channel, delivering a crudely translated message. Your comrade is now our guest. Place 10 units of titanium in the delivery thing if you wish to unfurl them. Is presumably a small receptacle near the hatch. Let's try that one first. The captors obviously anticipated someone might try to release the hostage this way and rigged the hatch to activate the unstable reactor. Anticipated that and placed signal suppressors on the outgoing conduits. Once he's free, the team is able to examine the curious delivery thing the captors hoped to use to extract ransom. Alright, well we got research points out of it. Just better than losing material. And from here, we'll just straight line over to Brugadar cache. And we're going to need the research points anyways here shortly, because we unlocked more weapons and whatnot, so we might as well stop at this system in between here and see what research we can get. Sturdy ruins stand in contrast to the otherwise desolate world. Apart from shifts and tilts due to geologic activity, the buildings are perfectly intact. Their interiors are filled with dusty, desolate halls and corridors, but no evidence of habitation. Alright. Well, come back. Let's scan this one. Quantity of the nanite dust in these fallen cities. I wonder if these swarms self-assembled to whatever purpose the inhabitants needed. It would explain the minimalist interior aesthetics. This planet was devastated by war in the past few hundred years. Judging from the ages of the ruins, it was not a single cataclysmic attack, but a long series that spanned decades and gradually eroded the civilization's ability to recover. It looks like the ruins have been thoroughly picked over by scavengers, but there may still be something worthwhile. Well, let's take a look. In an archival building, we got 15 research points. Different species living on it, with different habitat modifications by dwelling. They showed the planet was predominantly inhabited by a three-eyed humanoid race, but also home to others. Okay. I mean, makes more sense in a universe with multiple different species that they would end up commingling here and there. Single communications tower is the only artificial structure on the entire planet. Despite its age, it's still mostly intact. Gleese notes the tower is very similar to the one the team encountered earlier near the dust refinery. One unusual point is that while there are the normal redundancy circuits, the data in them doesn't match the primary. Why not replace it? It comes to life, charged by the remaining energy in its batteries, and transmits a repeating transmission in the sky for a few minutes. After several repetitions, there's a shower of sparks as some key components give out. Okay. And that points it down, what looks like towards here, instead of off this direction. Maybe I should have gone through it the first time to see what was there. Oh well. Does that make you Emir? Or Ermir? That's a great question. What are you? We have watched your ships appear near the Es-Sham and wondered when you would venture here. Do you come as servant, same as suzerain, to the Locoan? They are trying to decide if we think we are weaker, equal, or stronger in power to them. Given their first contact question is about strength, that is presumably perhaps similar in strength, but not in number as we have observed. But if you do not challenge us, we will not challenge you. Tread softly here. Not fault of ours. As the Empire fell, the former vassals fought over what beliefs were true and who or what made the laws. When they were done, we offered order. Surely it was here as it was wherever you are from. The Empire built the great works, kept order and peace. From great heights it fell. Now her former vassals try to carve out little empires of their own. Impudent proselytizers. They have sent missionaries into our space. We have seen what happens where they gain a following. They do not last long. Cool. I mean, as long as they're not gonna, attack us or anything, we're good. We chill. Let's get to the last planet in this sector. Looks like we can keep changing where that other flinger is pointing, at least, because there's an exclamation mark, which usually means we can go and redo whatever that is. Survey team. This is pointing in that direction. Someone went to great lengths to conceal this vessel, using thrusters to melt through the soft, igneous rock until only the upper deck protruded. Inside, the team finds a bipedal skeleton clutching a heavy tool beside several large containers of titanium. The ship's log recorder is smashed and something has made numerous gouges in the deck plate. Gouge marks have a deliberateness to them. Perhaps writing? Is indeed language, different from the rest of the ship's controls. Deliver the tribute when untranslatable profanity. I'd rather die buried with it than give another ingot. Untranslatable profanity, worms eating Uglenth. This is followed by a longer passage, which is entirely untranslatable profanity. Ensign Triton explains that this is not prudishness on the part of the universal translator. It simply cannot tell from the context what their vulgarity is based on. Fair enough. Let's see where this takes us. Oh yeah, it's taking us right to our destination. Which is fair enough. There's a lot, not a lot, but a fair amount of stuff here to explore. 4 planets. No anomaly. Seems like it's always hit and miss on whether there's stuff in the system or not. Ooh, 40 methyl compounds we've never seen before. Definitely want to double check the seals on our envirosuits. Handful of broken skyscrapers rise out of an unnaturally thick yellow fog like decaying tree stumps in a swamp. After Ensign perches the lander atop one of the more stable-looking buildings, analysis of the fog shows that it is a complex molecule that wreaks havoc on anything organic, potentially including the seals in the team's suits. Civilization was wealthy. Scans show valuable resources in the structures, but the most safely accessible have already been removed. Oh, well, that's not going to help any. Everybody got injured. Got it. Still 8 structures. We're going to have to come back. First we'll go over here, and then we'll probably return and get everybody healed up. because having them injured only hurts our investigations and any skill checks that happen. The survey team makes several passes over the location from the Brugadar log without success. Finally, Ensign Perks pilots the lander to the precise coordinates and begins blasting the sand away with stabilizer engines. Several meters below the surface, a large chest of neutronium containing a sizable cache of gold is revealed. Fair enough. It's a model with a pattern that made it nearly invisible to ground-penetrating scanners. Based on what we've seen of the Brugadar, I wouldn't be surprised if they steal from each other as much as they extort from their victims. These hidden caches are probably the equivalent of their banking system. That's a way to do it. Alright. So that's all we've got here. There are more sectors off this way. More systems. I'm going to comment on the fact that we've met space pirates who actually bury treasure. And there are star systems down here that we've not explored yet, because I got pulled down to there. Let's see. I mean, in general, there's just... Alright. We're gonna head here. Don't necessarily want to just dive straight into the next storyline, but this is going to be our fastest way back to the station anyways. Alright, this flinger takes us straight up to this plot, which is one of the spots I was thinking we were gonna head off to explore. Is it? Oh no. No, I was thinking down here. I was thinking this would take us to a different spot than it does. Either way, let's explore here. Enormous cruiser has been sitting on the surface of this temperate world for some time, judging by the trees and plants growing on its hull. Surprisingly, it is not derelict. The energy signature is normal and a number of its systems are powered. When the team approaches, a group of scaly bipeds comes toward their position. After a lengthy dialogue, Ensign Triton explains that this vessel is one of many groups of refugees to flee the post-Empire conflicts. They were lucky in having the engineering skills to redirect a nearby flinger temporarily and reach this remote system. They are now concerned that with the flinger directed here, it is only a matter of time before the Locoan, Devout, or others seize their vessel. We would offer you the gold from our defunct engines and let you examine our ship's systems if you promise to redirect the flinger. Yes, we can redirect. Please do not delay, it is only a matter of time. Alright, well, we can go do that. Scan this planet real quick. Alright, and that's just a bunch of titanium for free. Let's go back and redirect the flinger. Secret passage, we've agreed to reset the flinger. Yeah. Redeploy. Needs one chirolite. Okay, well, let's try to get a chirolite then. Maybe one of these guys has one for sale. Nope. Well, where do we go to get ourselves back to home so that we can trade, or somewhere where we can trade for a chirolite? Looks like up here. Alright, we're approaching the gate. I mean, there's a mission marker here, so we're gonna see what comes up out of that. Oh, it's just to let us know that there is something here. Got it. Then we can trade by coming over here. Get some, destroy the asteroids to see if there's anything in them of worth while we're here. Alright, see the trader's prices. 79 aluminum. Oh, we got more than enough. And let's get out of here. Oh, something dropped. I think that's going to be copper or titanium. Aluminum. Never mind. Alright. Oh, we'll get back there. Huh. There's something right here that... Take a look, I guess. No. Picked up Devout Jetsam Flotsam. Fair enough. Cylinder with markings as petri dishes. Hundreds of glass petri dish-like containers, all filled with a gallium arsenide substrate. There definitely are fewer than 9,000 of them, so the number may be a designated nation for batch or experiment number. Huh. Well, that's kind of cool. Not really seeing the point of it, but let's go back to the station real quick. I want to see about what it would take to get the laser beams installed. And what we can research. Missiles, lasers. Alright, superluminescence increases the damage, increases range, decreases the time lasers need to acquire and begin firing. Let's do that one first. Increases range, and I mean both these increase range, so why not? Then let's go here. I'm gonna take these off. We need diberyllium for the lasers, so why not? Never mind. Let's remove those and put another plasma turret on. Or two. There we go. More damage output, because why not? Mew mew, pew 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 pew. Alright, gonna go back to where was that? It was right here. So we're gonna go up there and take care of that issue. Doesn't take Ensign Gleese too long to make the necessary fixes and switch broadcast back to the original signal. Just to be safe, they removed the redundancy unit for good. There we go. I'd have felt guilty if we inadvertently led some faction, like the Lakoan, to their location. Alright, we don't have to go back, it seems. Let's double check. Missions. Nope. Shield, CXTA. Yeah, nothing else here. So we don't have to keep doing that. We can go back the fast route now. Between here and there. So let's take care of this that way. Let's come here, start scanning planets, no anomaly. I mean, it sent us here for some reason. I think it's just to let you know, like, hey, you're not exploring fast enough, here's something to kickstart you. Oh, this world is technically fairly advanced. There are clear signs of space travel and other developments roughly on par with Starcom, but the quality of life and infrastructure is surprisingly poor. The main spaceport where the lander sets down has only a few small shuttles. A government representative greets the team. On behalf of our people, we greet you humbly. We would offer tribute, but are forbidden by the Lakoan. Instead, I am willing to offer myself to be eaten by you as a demonstration of our supplication. Representative is visibly relieved. He explains that as subjects of the Lakoan, they have strict quotas on resource production, which leaves almost nothing for development or offerings to other visitors. These quotas must be terribly steep. They should be thriving, but are on the verge of collapse. The representative explains that after the Empire fell, there was a long struggle between the factions of this region that devastated most of the inhabited worlds. The surviving refugees gathered on this world to rebuild. When the Lakoan arrived decades later, they were still far too weak to refuse their demands. If they are amenable to lower quotas, that would help us immensely. But whatever you do, please do not anger the Lakoan on our behalf. They can be quite unforgiving. Alright, well, we can try to do something for them. And what's here? This planet was devastated by war in the past few hundred years, blah blah blah. Judging from the ages of the ruins, it was not a single cataclysmic. Same thing as we've had before. Oh, well. Okay, despite the element of surprise, clubs and skins are no match for plasma rifles and armored environment suits. The team beats back the attack off easily, but Ensign Cygnus Lee warns that the assailants may be quite desperate and the risk is not worth the reward of further search. Fair enough. I guess. Don't know what else I was supposed to do there other than attempt, but okay. And there's a planet right off this way. No anomaly. Where does this lead us? Okay, so this leads us to one of the 2 stars I was thinking about going and exploring. Nothing here. And what about here? Send in a team. This planet was devastated by war, blah blah blah, yep. One of the smaller structures has some titanium. So there's a lot that are just going to say the same thing, it looks like. Which is fine. I mean, how many hundreds of planets have they programmed into here? I would expect to see a few that are similar. Oh, hey. Your suggestion has merit. If they were allowed to prosper a little, their production might improve in the future. Very well. You may tell them their quotas are reduced 20%. Fair enough. Play team. This planet was devastated by war. Yada yada. Let's take a look around. A few fragments, and we got some research out of it. Okay. Well, we can go back and inform that one planet that they are off the hook a little bit. Okay, we're approaching the planet now. Let's talk to these guys. The team relays the news that the Lakoan have agreed to lower their demands on the colony. The representative is delighted. Given their precarity, even a modest improvement will allow them to improve their circumstances greatly. Colony apologizes that they can offer no resources as a reward, for obvious reasons, but a meaningful display of gratitude is important. Explains that the team is specifically not interested in eating anyone. The colony offers a cultural relic left over from the Empire period, whose original purpose has been forgotten. Fog machine. Well, let's take a look. Spherical device that periodically emits wisps of colored gas. The device can convert a digital signal into an output of colored gas with various turbulence. The signal conversion circuits have a sophisticated language processing network. Interesting. Alright, and then we'll start looking at our next location, which will get us... Let's go over here. So I think that's unscanned. Yeah. And there's all this down here. Oh yeah, there is a bunch of stuff down here. We'll go there next. Oh, we got another one. Come on. Flotsam Jetsam 9440. The barrel is quite old and leaking a variety of volatile dimethyl compounds. These containers make me a little concerned about the kind of science experiments the Devout are up to. Probably the end result of a more complicated reaction. Interesting. Apparently we may just keep finding stuff like that, and hopefully we'll at least figure out what the heck is going on there. Okay. We're here at the next rocky planet. Break the device for resources, keep it intact for examination. Let's keep it intact. Devout debris. Alright. Apart from being definitely devout, this is a weird component. Despite the chirolite core, there's no energy outputs. I'll need some time to analyze it. Initial examination is disappointingly unfruitful. So we might get something back for it. And we're under attack. Oh, Bragadar. Refuse. Go screw yourselves. Something about that explosion hurts. Ow. Alright, let's back off a little ways. Repair as best we can. Escape. Escape. Whatever that is. Alright. Apparently they're just going to keep coming at us with bigger and bigger ships, I guess, or bigger and bigger fleets, but we can try to take them out. Not going too great. Haven't lost. To back up just a little bit. There we go. One down. Oh, that explosion was bright. And we got some neutronium out of that. We're at full repair, full hull. Come on. Get anything interesting out of this. We can. Come on. That's another ship down. That should be going down. Yep. Cloud from that weapon emits a radiation that penetrates our hull easily, but is incredibly dangerous to... Okay. That's not good. Keep trying to avoid it. Not that it's going great to avoid it. This one's got shields, but we should be able to deal with this. Keeps hurting people every single time. Alright, let's out of the way a little bit. Recover some health here. I learned that with the lasers, if you rotate the ship a little bit, they don't do as much damage. They just do increasing damage the longer they're pointing at the same spot. So rotating the ship actually mitigates the damage they can do. Come on. Oh, this should be... Doesn't help that they keep rotating their ship too, so it's harder to target the same spots. There we go. Victory was ours in the end. Fair enough. Let's repair the ship quickly and get out of here. Go and do the rest of the clean up the rest of the sector. 8 people got hurt. It's not good. Unscanned, scanning, nothing. And scan. Oh, there's something here. Metallic meteorite with high concentrations of uranium rests on a sheet of slushy nitrogen. Rare occasions, uranium ore from a meteorite is deposited on a plant's surface. Here we were able to detect it because the small amount of heat it generated produced an unusual melting. Fair enough. Suppose it would do that. Oh, there's another enemy ship. Well, we can take care of that too. Is this a devout ship? It's gotta be, right? Ah, crud. Gotta stop letting it focus fire. Another Bruggadar ship coming in. Looks like 2 of them. Business here. Get out of here. There. So that's taken care of. Chirolite. Take care of the rest of the Bruggadars here. Breaking apart their ship. Get the flak cannon going. There we go. Now their ship's starting to break apart. That's the first of 3. Ooh, get out of here, get out of here. Alright. Start repairing. Alright. And that's 1 down. Oh, that is always so bright. Start manually dismantling this ship again. Alright. We have lots of ships, and now that we've seen your maneuvers, your advantage is gone. It'll be easier for you to pay now. Choose to pay. How can you put such a low price on your safety? Blah blah blah. Well, considering you keep losing ship after ship after ship, I don't know how you guys put so high a price on your safety. I mean, it literally would cost you next to nothing to just not do this. Okay. Use that to start breaking the ship up. There. Good enough. Go scan the last ship in the sector, or system, whatever. It's another planet that's rapidly recovering from the Empire's collapse. In this case, the outside power is obviously the Devout. When the team hails the landing authority, they are greeted by a potentate accompanied by a distinctively marked advisor. Return. Not much we can do about it. Did we not? I thought we picked up another chest here. Maybe we already found that spot. I don't know. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's the end of this sector. No, there's one more that we haven't scanned yet. Right to the left. Let's take care of that. Core of this planet is hexotahedral crystalline carbon, aka diamond, roughly 10 to the 24 carats in the classical units. Fair. That is rather large. And let's first go repair, and then we'll find where we're going next. Alright, back at the station. Let's start here. Oh, we got something in our cargo. Two things in our cargo. Ah, right, we have to scan that chest first. Then we get the survey log. Plasma rifle. Volatile burst of plasma, very similar to the larger cannons. Let's look at our research. Nothing new here yet, so let's start. Neural optics, even faster laser acquisition. Let's increase the damage we can do. And for the laser, we're still... Yeah, we need the diberyllium, which we may have to purchase if I can't find where to get it from. How much for the cruiser? 13 neutronium. We also need more of that. A lot of gold, so we can remove those, put on engine Mark IIs. That gets us moving a lot faster. And we've got more resources in from that thing. Encountered ships that look like improved Red Raiders. I examined the analysis on the component you recovered. It's the same but different. It looks like it was manufactured in a similar facility, but with a more advanced design. Possibly who or whatever is responsible for these drones is learning how to improve them. This is speculation, but the factory you found is certainly capable of making much more advanced ships. Unless the drone maker has some reason for deliberately making suboptimal drones, the factory was not their own. Or rather, factories, plural, since the factory you shut down was still making the alpha version. Fair enough. Let's take a look here. Alright. We can start going here. And that's going to lead us to here, up to here. Okay, yeah, we're going to keep going up and around. Got it. And we are moving considerably faster. So it should be no time to get there. Alright, we're getting here into the system. Plenty to scan. Let's throw ourselves at this one. Nothing. Okay. Next planet. And survey team. Another Burgadar cache, this one frozen in a sheet of crystalline methane. Okay. Fair enough. Had a document on its underside, the chest must have been placed atop it and it stuck from the cold. Fair. Oh, what's attacking us this time? Is this more devout, or... Okay. Oof. Okay, we're getting actually attacked by a fairly significant... everything. Got it. Okay. Oh. There we go. This is going to be a bit rough. Okay. Why are the Brogadar working with Devout is another question. But for the moment being, we will just do what we can. And take everything out that we can. Oh. And once we can make the next ship size up, we'll be able to equip it really quickly. Everything that they keep dropping for us. Alright. This is definitely a bit rougher than I was expecting. Alright. Let's get out of range of those lasers for the moment. Gotta take something out here. Or get them separated so we're not dealing with quite so much at once. Alright. Let them hit Baruch from the other side. We'll the Brogadar Bark Q. There we go. That's out of the way. Deal with that. Alright, take out this guy. Should be able to do it from a fair range. Alright. Battle stations, get that repair working. One laser gone. Two lasers gone. And these guys are... Oh, that's all. They're dead in the water, so to speak. Shield controller. Alright. So we got the next research for that. This device allows controlled modulation, but it's not quite enough to unlock the research. Got it. Final ship. Take care of your engines. Can't quite out of the range of that radiation. down. And they've got their energy shield back up. Just taking care of, slow it down enough that we don't have to. Alright. Just try spinning, that's always a good maneuver. Next we'll list lazily to the left. There. Got that out of our way. Well, that was combat's getting a little bit more interesting. I mean, fair enough. Had to piss them off eventually. Re-examine the device that poisoned our reactor. It's a chirolite version of an EMP that temporarily prevents antimatter from forming. The signal we received from them triggered it. Interesting. No idea what any of that means. Well, chirolite being temporal something? Temporal matter? Alright. Let's finish scanning the sector. There's another heretic wormhole, I think. Deploy the team. This pyramid has a wide open entrance that leads to a small complex of chambers. The team conducts an exhaustive research, but comes up empty-handed. The general tidiness suggests it was left in an orderly manner, unlike some previously visited. Got it. Just as the lander lifts off, spots something that didn't register with the anomaly scan. Pilots the lander to a small promontory a few kilometers away from the pyramid, where the team finds a small encampment. It had until recently been well concealed, but erosion has caused its camouflage barrier to collapse. In the camp is a bipedal skeleton in an envirosuit, a compact transmitter, and a small collection of shorthand notes. The skull has 3 ocular openings in similar configuration to the Devout. Could be the same species or a close relative. First report. Evacuation is complete. I have settled into my observation routine. Nothing eventful. Rot 17. No report. Perhaps we were wrong. I must not get my hopes up. The fanatics arrived. Rot 23. Their search of the academy took 1.6 rotations. Detailed search out 2 radius. Fly over out to 5. More organized than I had expected. Do not confuse fanaticism for madness. They passed nearby, but my cover is excellent. I waited 13 rot to transmit, even though I know they will not be able to find you. Water ran out 3 rotations ago. This will be my last transmission. I hope my meager observations provide you some useful intelligence. The transmitter is an unusual design, powered by an external source, which still contains some chirolite. Have the team return. Interesting. This device is capable of transmitting short, highly targeted burst transmissions across a great distance. Fair enough. I mean, I don't know what else we expected. Portal has an encrypted lock, but the key we've discovered from the kaleidoscope allows access. There is a deep thrum in the energy readings as the artifact comes to life. Space topology readings show wormholes starting to form. And it sends us somewhere at random. But we've been here before, haven't we? Yeah. Just sent us right to this one. And Red Raider, I believe. What are these more devout? I don't remember. I think these are devout. And just bust this thing apart. There we go. It gave us some etherine, so that is the source of that for the moment. I think that's all we needed from that. And that's scanned and whatnot. Let's go up here. I want to see how much it would cost to get enough of that neutronium? Neutrinium? Something like that? We'll see. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. And that's the problem right now. See the prices. Yeah, this one. We needed another 6. What all can I sell to get this down into acceptable range? I don't think we needed platinum for anything at the moment. Then copper can be sold to some degree. Let's not sell all of it, but enough. Silver is pretty much just used for trading. And let's sell off some titanium. There we go. That's good enough. And return to the ship. We can now go and make the bigger ship. Which? Alright, we're back at the shipyard. What was this? I had beryllium. We can't do that yet. We can do... Oh, are we still short? God dang it. Okay. Alright. Well, I will work on that in between here, I think. It's just 4 more of this, 6 more of this. Alright. So with that, thank you for joining me here by the campfire. As always, if you like the video, like it. If you have questions, comments, concerns, witty remarks, any suggestions, recommendations, let me know in the comments below. And have a wonderful day.